were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is July 15th, 2024. That's 7/15/24. I am Drew.
And I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 sibling, Chicago-based sports and entertainment, Butthole Buffoonery 69, celebrating wettest podcast east of west of the Mississippi River. It is MELLONfights.
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 Let me just start by saying, Tara, check this out. But I'm acting like Tara's never seen this rock I'm about to show her. I found it on a walk. It's a beautiful
look
rock.
at that.
Tara, is that not smooth and sexy and silk?
It looks so smooth, like someone polished it.
I found it like just in the wild. It's my best friend.
Wow.
It's my new best
Oh
friend.
my gosh. Is it your emotional support rock?
No, I wouldn't call it that. It's my best friend. Emotional
Oh,
support
okay.
stuff is for like losers with mental issues. I'm fucking golden mentally. Golden up in the dome. Don't need no emotional support, nothing. This bad boy,
Just
this
need
is
a
my
best
best friend,
friend.
Griff.
Yeah. Griff.
Griff.
He ain't no grifter because he won't mess with you and steal your stuff. You can trust him with your stuff.
Yeah, he's
when
not a
you leave
grift.
the house.
Griff, not Grift. Griff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Griff the Stone. Best friends.
I like him.
Whoosh. Mom and Dad had some stones, rocks around the house. Do you know what those
Really?
were?
No. Well, Mom's been painting rocks.
No,
so
they were too small for her. They weren't like they were like smaller than this.
No clue.
Putting Griff away.
Put them away.
Guess we're a rock family now.
I guess so. I got one too.
Right, just sitting right
I
there.
forgot. Yeah. I've been painting it. I just
What's it
don't
gonna
know
be?
what I don't know
Purple.
yet.
Is it Prince? Something
It's
Prince
purple.
related?
Maybe. We'll see.
Hmm.
But this is my rock. It
Well-
fits perfectly in my hand.
Little update here. I don't know if you've seen this.
Yeah.
This shirt, pulled it from the bottom of my drawer, my like clothes drawer.
Yeah?
Years old. Haven't worn it in years. Gloved.
It looks like one of those thriftless shirts.
Thriftless? You mean threadless?
Threadless.
Yeah. It's Crocodile
Yeah.
Rock. Crocodile Rock. It's old.
I like
I bet
it.
it's 10 years old. Maybe not 10.
At least.
Yeah. Probably about 10 years
I'd
old.
say at least.
It's cozy. I've had a few of these over the years go. Ex-girlfriends and things have taken them, and they're missing forever. Ones I loved. I think
Not this one.
even just some random friends had them somehow. I don't know.
That used to be your jam. You used to hit up the
Well, we lived right by
Threadless all the
the
time.
main store.
We did. There was always so many that I liked, but I never bought.
Yeah, they're cool.
They were.
It's still a thing. We actually, just so you know, there is a MELLONfights threadless page.
Oh,
I just haven't. It hasn't gone live yet because I'm not happy with the way it looks. But that's probably where our merch is going to be coming from. Is
I love
threadless. Just so you know. But I haven't been
keeping it local.
I don't even know if it's considered local anymore, but they probably don't make it in town. What'd you do over the weekend, T? We saw each other, no? A little bit.
We saw each other for just a few hours when you were home. But then I had to take Mom to Cassville and we hung out and went kayaking, which was awesome. Around
Oh,
the
you went
river.
kayaking?
Yeah.
For some reason I didn't know you went.
Yep. It was a lot of fun. I love kayaking is actually my wettest thing from the week.
Oh, wow. Because my
'Cause
wettest thing was
I-
floating.
Look out. The river life.
And I'm
That's
going
what we're
again
meant
next
for.
Tuesday in a week.
For your
I'm
B-Day.
floating again when I'm officially finally 40.
All right,
You like?
I'll be there.
I truly believe I couldn't kayak for that long. Because of
It wasn't.
it's not about. It's about me. It's about my. I can't sit like that for that long. My legs would fall asleep in 10 minutes.
What Mom was doing is she was putting her legs up so they were out, and then she was just
Yeah. I can't do that. I tube.
You might be surprised.
I tube. I could get a paddle for the tube. We went with 7 people and 3 tubes, cooler tubes, and we never really. We went to the side like twice the whole time. So I don't know if the bigger group made it. So we kind of like there was always someone in the current keeping us off the side. It worked really good.
It ended up being a bigger group than you thought.
Yeah, she wasn't sure if a bunch of her friends were going to come, but they ended up coming.
And it was fun.
It was fun.
Nice.
It was a good time. It was a Saturday. I haven't gone on a Saturday. I usually go on weekdays. I went on a Saturday. We had to. It really wasn't that big a deal, but we waited in line a long time. It took like probably an hour to get our tubes.
Oh wow. Yeah, we've never had
like
to wait
we had
before.
like the line was like so we went and checked in and then the line for those that aren't there. So where all the line was like on the road that drives past the front of it. That's where the line started. Was like you like where and then it came down past where you check in the coolers and then went in between the trees and then where all the tubes are. The line went around that fence and back to the. So it was long. We were waiting for a while. I had a drink or two in line.
Damn.
But it was fun. It was a cool crew. No, everyone was pretty chill. Good time.
Nice.
And you kayaked with mom and dad.
I kayaked with mom and dad, and we did just a short trip, which I didn't expect it to be as short as it was, but we stopped a little bit. But the river was so fast that. What are you pointing at?
I trimmed my beard the other day, all the same length, but there's like a weird. It almost looks like there's a weird design in it, and there's not. I think it's just where the creases in my fat neck are. I think that's what's going on there.
I do notice it.
Stop looking.
Well, now I can't stop because that's all I can see.
And we're back, having some issues per usual. We can't ever have it. It's rare that's on my end, though. I'm having some bad internet issues. I don't know what's going on. There's some storms last night, so I don't know if that's messing with everything. I'm not sure where we were when it cut me out, so we're just going to get going here. We're going to jump in everything. No more small talk, no more chit-chat bullshit. Let's get into sports, baby. Let's get into sports. Or we can talk presidential assassination attempts.
Right? That was a
Would you like to want to go there? I don't really want to go there at all.
We could just say that it happened and it's fucked up.
It's happened and it's wild, and obviously the internet's handling it really well.
Yeah, like we knew they would.
Really well. I don't know what there's the amount of conspiracy theories going on is like at an all time. It's like conspiracy theories from all sides. It's amazing. It's kind of amazing. It's almost impressive. My ass can't handle it, so I try to stay away from it because I know how the internet is, and I'm out with that shit. It makes me so anxious. I just can't do it. Yeah,
it's not worth it.
I feel that. Yeah, I mean, I was on the river when it happened. I was floating on the river, and we got off the river and went to the bar, tried to order some cheese curds. It took forever. And that was what was on the TV. And we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So that was on with no sound.
Boy.
And I was drunk. Just being like, oh, this is a strange world we're living in.
No shit. Assassinations are always crazy.
They're always crazy. I'm not going to say they're not. Oh, I'm not saying this one was like the way to go or anything like that. But I'm saying sometimes I feel like assassinations probably should happen. Like there's some evil fuckers out there. I mean... in the world in the past that have probably the assassination was probably a good deal. Maybe. I don't know.
It just like sucks because like it just it continues to show how much of an issue guns are in our country and nobody cares.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, because that's just some young dude out there trying to shoot a former president, probably our next president, let's be honest.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah. So yeah, that happened. I didn't really want to talk about it. Sports wise over the weekend. I'm not sure what happened.
Not a ton.
The home run derby's tonight.
It is.
You excited about that?
No, because I don't really know anybody in it.
I know it's a bad.
I looked and I was like,
crew.
I think I know
Pete Alonso
people.
Is always a good time,
right? Because he
I'm excited
it very
about Pete
serious.
Being way too into it.
Yeah.
He'll be the second person to try to get 3.
Yep.
So that could be fun. I don't know who Alex Baum even is. Adolis Garcia, Gunnar Henderson, Tescar Hernandez, Marcel Ozuna, Jose Ramirez, Bobby Witt Jr. There you have it.
I only knew 3.
Oh, wow. What were the other 2 you knew?
I knew Gunnar Henderson just because he was interviewed on a pod I listened to.
Oh, wow.
And then Jose Ramirez. He did it, I think, last year or the year before.
Yeah, he had a good year, I think. Did he
Yeah.
win it once?
I don't know.
Let me see. Maybe not. I don't think he did. But yeah, so that's going on. But over the weekend, yeah, sports-wise, lots going on. The Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese thing continues to escalate, and it's a lot of fun. Did you see, so there was the thing where Angel Reese was going for like her 16th. I think she had 15 doubles in a row, and it was 16th. Everyone makes fun of her because she gets a lot of like her own rebounds and stuff. Like after they're terrible misses. They're so funny.
I know.
They're like, it's like a middle school girl shooting it and it goes over, touches nothing, comes down the other side. It might touch the backboard at the top and then comes down to the other side. I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, it was such a funny bit. Like, because these idiots that whatever one they stand, they like to say dumb shit.
Yeah.
But they're like, I mean, I can see with my own eyes. I watch them both play basketball. I just know who's better at basketball. I can see it with my eyes. And as a person who watched basketball and played basketball in my entire life, like I can see it with my own eyes.
It's just like no doubt who's
but
better.
Listen, I mean, she's having a nice year. She's doing it. But like, it was a hilarious thing. It was like the tweet was basically along with like, oh, if she's so bad, then why are they quadruple teaming her? It was like 30 seconds left in the game. It's like, hey, they didn't want to get her. I'm like, but she's also has 8 points.
Yeah.
Oh no, her doubles are like 10 points. It's like 10 points is like basically 0. That's like what like one of the worst dudes in the league scores a night in a fucking NBA game. Like the 8th man, if he's getting 10 points, you're like, oh, that's good. We got a little something from the 8th man.
And like you said, like if you keep getting at least a few rebounds that are yours, like that's shitty.
It's more than it's usually a handful a game. But it's just like, what are we doing? Who cares?
Well, and the reason, and it's like, they're quadruple teaming her because they are like, no, we don't want you to win this against us.
Because they're stat padding ends of games.
They're stat padding.
It's like
exactly.
They're down by a bunch or up by a bunch, and they're still going for it. It's like, why?
Yeah.
It's not even a good record. She's scoring like 10 points, 11 points. That's not even good. That's bad. That's not enough points. It should be double should only count if you score 20 points, I feel like. You should at least have to have 20 and 10. How do you feel about that?
Maybe not 20.
10 shouldn't count.
Maybe no, 10's pretty.
I feel like 20 should kind of be like the standard. It's not impressive otherwise. Unless you get exactly 10 of each. Then I'm in 10 rebounds, 10 boards, or 10 points, and 10 assists. I like it.
Like triple doubles are way cooler.
Well, yeah, just because, I mean, the 10 points isn't the hard part. The hard part's getting 10 assists and 10 rebounds.
Right.
That's hard. It's hard to do. Listen, she's doing a nice job as a rookie. When it's all said and done, I don't think anyone's going to say that Angel Reese was the better player in her NBA career. If I had to guess. That's just my guess.
I just don't think she's as skilled. I mean, she isn't as skilled. She's tall.
I really hope that Diana Taurasi, if she doesn't play, that they put Caitlin on this fucking team.
I don't know if they will because
they're pussies.
And that coach for
she's an idiot.
Minnesota, she's just like not doing herself any favors.
She's gonna look real stupid down the line. They're all gonna look so stupid and like, honestly, probably the end of this year. Caitlin's already getting better and better. Like, her teammates stink, but it's funny. Her teammate, who is, in my opinion, not very good, is on the team, the Olympic team, Boston.
Yeah.
But every time I see a highlight, I'm like, you suck. I'm like, how are you on the Olympic team? He looks like...
I feel like if they don't put her on, it'll be insane if Taurasi can't play.
I just don't know who else has earned it. Nobody, probably.
No.
I like that she already broke the record for most turnovers in season with 15 games left.
That's
It
crazy.
is not, I promise you, it's not her fault. I watched the games. Technically, I guess it is her fault because she should know that her teammates can't handle these sick passes, but they can't.
Yeah.
I watch it happen. I'm like, oh my God. And then I go, oh my God. What the fuck was that? It's got to be driving her fucking insane.
That's why I would like to see her on this Olympic team
With,
to see
like a
what,
bunch of people that know how to play basketball.
Yeah.
Would probably start to love her. Be like shit. It feels like the
this
type of
is
thing where they
fun. I
play
wanna
with
play
her
with
and then they want to
her.
go play with her. They do like the LeBron
Yeah.
fucking heels shit. I feel
Yeah.
like. So, soccer happened. I don't care. What Argentina
do
won the
I.
Copas and Spain won the Euros. Is that right? Sick. Messi was out with a swollen ass ankle. Did you see that thing?
Yeah.
Oh my
It was
God.
crazy.
Oh my God.
He was crying.
There's no way he's playing in the Olympics. The Olympics there's men's soccer in the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
So he's not playing.
There's no way. No.
He might never play it for Argentina again, they think.
Wow.
Just because he's old.
Well, that makes
he's an old
sense because
man.
of 4 years.
He's an old man. I bet he'll
Yeah.
play again. He can be the Diana Taurasi of their team. Any other sports stuff you saw?
Brunson signed a very team-friendly deal, which was crazy.
Yeah, I've also seen some stuff where it's like, yeah, it's technically team friendly now, but it's like he can opt out really fast. Like he can opt out after like 2 years. So it's like he gets paid now, and what if he does get hurt or something like that next year, and he
Well,
can opt
that was
out
my
and then
thing, is
sign
he
a max
worried?
again in like 2 years. What was that?
Is he worried playing under Tibbs?
Yeah, probably.
Like getting injured and missing a chance?
So I think it might be good for this year and help team
Yeah.
friendly for the next couple of years. But then he's going to get. I think the next one he doesn't.
Oh,
he won't do
he's gonna
that.
get. No, he's especially because there's like new collective bargaining. I've heard.
Yeah.
So once, like, not collective bargaining, TV deals.
Yeah.
So once those go into play, like,
He's gonna be.
he'll
He actually
make
might end up making more in the
insane
long
amount of
run.
money. Yeah.
I think is what I've
But
heard.
it is crazy to see that, like, because LeBron, I think he left $3 million on the table.
Just to keep it under the second apron,
Yeah.
I think, which is basically not. It's like, shut up, LeBron, shut the fuck up. He's such a dipshit sometimes. Here's what I'll say about him: he's not that cool. I just want to see his kid stinking I want to see his kid do something bad with LeBron on the court and have LeBron
to
get
see
pissed.
how he reacts.
Yes, I'd love to. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe when his dad's on the court, he'll feel like safe or empowered and do awesome. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'd be into
Like,
that.
I can do this. The only other sports thing I had was the ESPYs happened.
Which is crazy. 'Cause
And
I didn't even know.
no, it was on a weekday, wasn't it?
They're always on a weekday.
Yeah, it was on like a Thursday.
They're usually like
I
on a
didn't know
weekday,
it.
Wednesday, Thursday.
But what I thought was the only thing people are talking about, which I think is just like a weird thing in general, is the Harrison Butker thing. Did you see it?
No.
So Venus and Serena, and then Quinta Brunson, the little chick from Abbott Elementary, the creator of it, they were all on stage and they were talking about women's sports, and Venus is like, and cheer for them because they are women's sports, but they're good, or something along those lines. They are sports, cheer for them. And Serena goes, except for you, Harrison Butker. And then Quinta was like, never, like ever. And I was fine with him saying it, but I just feel like the only reason he was invited was for that bit.
Yeah. Oh, was he invited?
Because
he was there.
So I'm like,
Oh.
okay, well, the only reason.
So he got to go there and experience all that just to fucking shit on him?
Yeah, but also
Weird.
they didn't like go to him in the crowd either.
Oh, really?
So they said it. He was there, and it.
For sure he was there? You
so
saw him?
He was, yeah. I saw him on like the red carpet
Why
getting
did they
ready for the
invite him?
ESPYs. That's
Just for
exactly what
that?
I thought. I'm like, yeah.
Because a loser.
And
Also,
I feel like no one's
also
talking
those
about
aren't
that
even-
aspect of
also
it
those aren't
because they're
even
like,
good
oh, they're
jokes.
dunking on him.
But that's
and
not
I'm
even, they're
like,
really even not. It doesn't even make sense.
no, I'm like, that was my thoughts exactly, where he got to go to the ESPYs, and then it's just kind of weird that it was all for that moment because that's why he was there. but then they didn't even like show him for one, and two, it just seems
Petty?
not that great. I don't like it. As much as I don't like him, I'm like, that's
Yeah,
such
it
a
doesn't
weird
make a lot of
choice.
sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a ton of sense.
And I don't like him, but it just feels like
it wasn't. Here's what it was. Here, it just wasn't really
it's
that.
mean.
It wasn't even that it was mean. It was not very well thought out. It was kind of like you guys didn't dunk on anyone. You kind of like looked lame.
Well, that's the thing. Like they could have like been slicker about it, right? And they weren't slick about it, and it felt gross to me.
You almost, if you're gonna have them there, you almost have to do it even like more fucked up. Be like, and we're giving our award to the Sportsman of the Year. Just fucking be like, give it to him, and have people just boo the shit out of him. That could be very funny.
Right.
Like really get
Or like
really.
Well, that's
not
the
just
thing.
like
It's just,
except for you, Harrison. You're not allowed to cheer for us. Okay.
Is
that what they said? You can't cheer for us?
Yeah, or it's just something like that. Yeah.
I feel like you're
It was
getting it wrong.
weird.
I guess it doesn't make sense.
Watch it then, but that's
I
pretty
don't want
much what
to.
it
Can
was.
I tell you something? I have no interest in watching it.
That's like what it was. It was just cheer for us because it's sports, and
I don't necessarily agree with that message either. I don't have to cheer for it just because
they said it's
Serena
sports
Williams,
and it's good,
but it's not always good.
right?
I
but
think
neither is
the
guy
message should be like,
sports.
hey, when your daughter plays sports, like be very fucking supportive and like take her to do it, and it's really good. But I'm not just gonna watch a sport because someone's like, because Serena Williams was really good at beating everyone in tennis. Doesn't mean I want to watch Serena Williams play tennis. I don't really like tennis in general, but I don't know. I'm not just gonna watch something because it's not that good. It's just not that good. I'm such a piece of shit. But I just don't. It's not that I care. I think women should play as much sports as they want. I really do. Play away, play hard. Have a league that's on TV, please. But don't tell me I got to watch it because I don't. If I'm bored of something, I'm just bored. I'm never gonna watch pickleball, man or woman. How about that?
I would. I love pickleball.
Pickleball's fucking dumb.
Well, it's on
To
you.
watch, you'll watch it. You're gonna watch it.
Sure, why not? Just to
Why?
learn how to be better, to learn the game more.
You're disgraceful to this family.
I'm not disgraceful.
family.
Everyone in our family should play pickleball. It's very fun.
But to watch,
And it's competitive.
to watch.
Why not?
Terry, you want to
To
watch badminton?
learn
You want to watch
something.
bags? Not everything's
No.
worth watching. The great,
I would
you know, when
not
something's fun to watch when the greatest athletes in the world do it. That's why I like the NBA. That's why I like the NFL. That's why I should
That's
maybe
why we
like
don't like
That's- huh?
soccer.
showers.
No, soccer.
I do like showers. I try to shower every day. There's nights where I'm like, I'm not showering, and then I go to walk to my room, like I'm showering. My wiener smells.
I believe it.
I don't watch soccer because I just don't like the game of soccer.
And it's not that good.
I mean, there's athletes, really good athletes, but,
Yeah, but
not
it's
my
not
steez.
that good.
The Olympics are going to be fun. I'm excited for the Olympics.
I am too.
Days away, weeks
We'll
away.
have stuff to talk about.
It'd be great. Tara, what are
gonna
you
be
most
very
excited about in the Olympics?
Gymnastics and
right.
diving.
I'm excited to watch Sha'Carri run. Listen, the
Yep.
person I want to watch run most in the Olympics is a female because
Yep.
she's dope. She runs fast as fuck. Simone
And she's
flips
little.
high as fuck. Just
And
little
she's
ladies,
little.
just two little ladies, fucking
Just two little ladies killing
jacked,
it.
just two jacked little ladies killing it.
Man, I missed it. I missed my opportunity to be a little lady at the Olympics.
Yeah, what the fuck, Mommy? She got you into that shit.
Or it should have gotten to pickleball.
Oh, it didn't exist. I think it might have. It existed when we were in high school, but I don't think when we were kids.
There's no way I could have done gymnastics.
Too afraid.
Too dizzy.
If you grew up doing it, you probably wouldn't have been that dizzy.
No, I don't think so. I think I just have the condition.
I could have done it.
I could not.
If I was
have.
a little lady. I feel like.
I feel like I also couldn't run fast because I got short ass legs.
Tara, we watched a movie. Tara watched it in
did
like
watch
3
a
parts
movie.
over in 3 different houses, I feel like.
Oh, true.
You want to start with the movie or do you want to start with the nude list?
I don't care.
Let's do the movie. So Tara and I watched.
Okay.
We had a hard time. I kind of wish. I don't know what I wish. I watched Alien on the Roof last week. on like Wednesday.
Ooh.
I enjoyed watching it on the roof. It made it kind of fun. I hadn't seen it in a while. I'm not going to say anything else. I hadn't seen it in a while. I did enjoy it, but I'll tell you more as we get going here. But I kind of wish we'd watch The French Connection because I was like, man, I've never seen it. I was on to watch it. It was a good excuse. And down the line, we'll watch it, though. Down the line.
Okay.
So Alien, Tara. How'd you feel about Alien?
I did love it. I thought it moved pretty slow.
Yeah.
And maybe I just was like not in the right mindset
No.
ever when I sat down to watch it.
No, I think you're right. I think it was this weird. Have you ever seen 2001: Space Odyssey?
Mm-mm.
So it almost felt like it was in between that and The Thing.
Yeah.
Like it was like it started out very slow and like very deliberate, and then it kind of turned into the monster movie that The Thing is. But it never quite got.
But, like,
The Thing kicks in. That first scene where the dog turns into the alien is super early in the movie. Like it starts happening fast. Where Alien is, man, it's almost an hour into the movie, at 45 minutes maybe, until you see the alien shit happen.
Yeah. And it just did not cook, that's for sure.
No.
It was a very slow burner, and to me, it never got to be that good.
No.
Like, it was never that fun, and it lacked something for me. It lacked, you know what it lacked? I did not care about anyone on the crew. It lacked, like, development of the characters to where you would have any care for them at all.
Yeah, because they didn't really seem to care about each other.
Anything. No.
I like the black dude.
Yes, he was my favorite character for sure.
I like Ripley.
Ripley was fine.
She's good. Like, I feel like the last...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's so buzzy in here. I feel like the last 25 minutes with just her was good. Like, I thought it was probably the best part of the movie. Definitely the best part of the movie, but... You're right, though. It just it never gets to cooking like The Thing. The Thing cooks a lot better. The Thing is scarier, in my opinion.
Way scarier.
The monsters are better.
Like,
it's
there was a moment where you saw the monster or like the alien with Dallas.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then it just went to black. I'm like, that was the dumbest death I've ever experienced in my life.
It's so obvious during parts that it's just some dude in a suit.
Yeah.
Like the end part where it's on the escape ship with her. And it's clearly just like a dude laying on his side. It's like in a spandex suit. It's so stupid. They do get better. Like Aliens is better as far as that stuff goes. It's like 5 or 6 years later. It's like mid 80s. So it's got better special effects and stuff. I almost feel like we should watch Aliens because first of all, it's got Bill Paxton in it. And like, come on, hard to beat that. But I just thought that she'd never seen Alien. But I'm with you. It's not a great movie. I got bored during a lot of parts of it. I do like the end. Once it's just her with the flamethrower and stuff walking around by herself, I think it's a little more
She wasn't by herself. She had a cat with her. She had to rescue that fucking cat.
Tara, that's 2 movies in the last couple weeks I watched with a goddamn cat in it. I watched
The
Quiet Place day 1 and they had a cat the whole movie. I wanted to fucking kill myself. I'm like they were saving it and almost dying because of a cat.
Right.
Sorry, it's a cat. Sorry.
One person died just because of that fucking cat.
Yeah.
And it didn't even seem like the cat was nice or they liked it.
No, it didn't even seem like
it was hissing, and it was like, where did this cat come from? Like, why?
Yeah.
I hated the cat.
With you. The cat made no sense. It was just like first of all, they never had a cat on that goddamn ship.
No, like,
why? Have been a cat on the ship.
It was a freaking, basically a plant that they had like oil stuff going on, right?
What?
Wasn't it like an oil refinery or something?
It was some sort of thing like that where they were like bringing it back.
Why is there a cat up here? It just...
You're right. Well, they're all sleeping.
So when the cat... I was like, oh God, is this going to be like the thing where
it's inside of it?
turn into...
I agree. I thought that too. I'd forgotten.
And I was like, why are you taking this cat? Like, is there any importance to this cat? Like, is this cat going to turn into an alien? Because if not, this is the dumbest shit ever.
Right. And then, so then speaking of that, then there's the thing that's almost exactly like the thing. There's the part in the thing where the chest opens up and his arms go inside and it bites his arms off,
Yeah.
This had that moment where the alien burst out of its chest. And it was kind of cool at first when it just blood started squirting, and then it popped out and it was so fucking ridiculous.
It was
like,
it was like a little baby alien.
like on,
and then it like popped out of him and ran off.
Yeah.
And then got massive like instantly. I'm like, wait.
Well, it shed. It shed.
Once.
Got bigger. Yeah, I know. I don't agree with how it worked. Well, okay. So
like,
there's that.
wow.
But you know what was disturbing was the guy that was really a robot. Like how disturbing. And he's got like the white blood sweat stuff going, and then he knocks its head off, and it's like, and it's talking to him. Fucking crazy. That was good. I think that was probably the coolest part of the movie. Like it looked. That was the coolest part. Cool.
And I was just like, what the hell is up with this guy? Yeah, he is like purposely trying to fuck him over. He's a terrible scientist. Yeah. Why is he doing all this stuff? Oh, because he's a robot and it's his job to fuck everything up. Mm-hmm. Like, what are we doing? And like, and then when they knocked his head off and he was like so smug to him, like a smug robot? Like, what the fuck? Like, good luck.
Yeah. Well, let's go over some of the categories. So I think we did it. Okay, so if nobody knows, this is a Ridley Scott.
Sci-fi.
Ridley Scott directed this movie. Ridley Scott has a lot of great movies. Actually, like his brother's movies more. I'm a Tony Scott guy myself. We've seen some Tony Scott movies, Tara. Do you know Tony Scott is his brother?
I don't know.
So Tony Scott has done Top Gun, True Romance, Man on Fire, Beverly Hills Cop, Crimson Tide. Love Crimson Tide. Much better movies. Mm-hmm. Not much better. Just those are more my style of movie than Ridley. Ridley Scott is like Alien, but then he did like Gladiator. Gladiator 2 is coming out. Napoleon. Yuck. The Martian. Blade Runner. So he's done good stuff too. But I prefer the Tony Scott stuff.
Blade Runner is so slow too. Yeah. Not a fan.
His movies are slow.
His movies are slow and
boring.
Movies are
slow. I will say his other Alien movies cook a little more. Gladiator's a good movie. You had to watch that for this, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's do some categories. This was like what, 79? 79 was Alien?
79.
Felt like it. Felt like
1979. It did. It did with the special effects. They weren't it.
Yeah, it was not as good as the.
Also, can I say something before we get to the categories? Before I forget, they all were sleeping at the same time, so the ship could just recalculate when they were all sleeping and not realizing what was going on. I'm like, shouldn't there always be somebody awake, making sure the ship is staying on track?
No, I think that's kind of the idea in the future. It was like 1930, wasn't it like 2036 or something like that? Not that far from now.
Oh, was it?
It was something like that, yeah. It was like 19.
That just seems like a bad idea, even in the future.
In the future, that just it's
like a Tesla. You never know what that thing's gonna do.
I think someone should probably be awake and they take maybe turns. Yeah. But they're out there a long time. I don't think they want them to die and get old. I don't know. Anyway, categories.
Favorite character. I already said it.
Black dude.
Parker was his name. He was really the only relatable one because he was being real about shit. Like he was like, I should be getting paid more. I'm doing just as much as you guys.
And they were not willing to hear him out. Him and Harry Dean Stanton, the other dude.
Yeah.
Were like, what the fuck? And Hurt from like, or not John Hurt, Tom Skerritt from fucking like Picket Fences was like, fuck off, you signed a contract. It's like, you're a cunt, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
and they all the other five were like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah.
None of them agreed.
Exactly. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell? And then he was trying to save the other girl, and she was being a fucking idiot.
She sucked.
Exactly.
She sucked from jump. Was she your least favorite character?
I had a lot of least favorite
Okay.
characters. Lambert was her name, and he's like, move so I can try to kill this thing, and she like wouldn't. So then he goes to save her, and then she just stands there while he dies, and then it kills her too. It's like, okay, you fucking suck, and this guy was trying to save you and trying to just get home, and he was my favorite by far.
Yeah, I wish I wish he would have made it to the ship at the end.
Yeah.
Which was really
My
funny.
least favorites were Ash, because you knew from the jump he was fucking up left and right.
Yeah, he doesn't stand out as my least favorite, because when you find out he's a robot, it really changes the way you feel about him. It's kind of interesting and cool. Like, he's a creep the whole time.
But he was terrible. Because even, like I said, he like was a pompous asshole robot that I hated.
I think I liked Lambert the least because she just kind of was useless. She didn't really do anything. She was useless,
and she was always like, always like whiny and annoying. And then I also didn't like Dallas because he was the captain of the ship, and he should have known to keep them isolated.
Yeah, Ripley.
And he...
Well,
he didn't.
The crazy thing is Ripley... Basically,
I liked Ripley.
Sigourney Weaver isn't really in the movie much until that scene. Like, she has a few lines here and there, but then she's like, no, you guys can't come back on. And that's kind of when she kicks in and you realize who she is. And instantly it's fucked. And the other reason, he shouldn't even ask. And then obviously Ash let him in because he wanted to.
Because that was his mission.
Yeah. But quite the movie.
Quite
the cast. Yeah, not a lot of likable people.
No.
I liked Ripley.
I did too. Ripley was like my second, but I would say that
Parker was better.
Parker was the one where
he was cool.
Like,
I want to hang out with
you're
Parker.
My favorite.
I want to walk down the street and listen to a boombox with Parker.
Yes. Iconic scene is when... So there was the guy Kane, and he got the alien attached to him and attached to his body, and then it came off. And then when all of a sudden he came back to life, like nothing was happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started to eat food, and you knew something was going to happen. And then all of a sudden he started like going crazy, and that's when the alien burst out of his chest / stomach.
Yeah, that's the iconic scene for sure from that movie.
Talk about like someone probably dying and he didn't remember any of it, and then he came back and died in the most horrific way,
he had a bad movie. He had a bad movie.
Yes. Had to explode out of his chest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd agree that's probably the most iconic scene is the alien popping out of his chest.
I feel like when the alien came and like attacked him, it kind of reminded me of the alien from Stranger Things. Because it had like the mouth and the...
Sure.
That's the only time, because when it was the person, it didn't remind me of that.
When it was Balaji Badejo was the name of the guy that was in the suit.
That's funny.
You know what's called a xenomorph, Tara?
No.
Yeah, the alien from Alien is called the xenomorph.
The Terra moment, there wasn't really any time I had to turn it off, but I would say that maybe it was when Ripley and Brent and Parker all went to go find the alien.
Yeah.
And then that's when the cat showed up. And then they were all together for a reason. And then they told the other dude, go get the cat. And it's like, oh, well, he's about to get toast. And I was like, gosh dang it, this guy's going to die.
Fuck the cat.
And then he did.
Nope. Yep. For sure. Here, what's next?
So the sexiest scene kind of goes into my favorite scene is probably one I've already talked about, but I'll talk about another favorite scene.
Yeah.
But there was nothing really sexy except when Ripley starts stripping.
It has the tiniest underwear that ever existed on the planet.
The smallest underwear that
what
ever
were those
existed.
Underwear?
I don't know. She had a little shirt on, no bra for sure. So underneath her clothes, she was not wearing a bra. Who knew? I guess like in the space station, women don't need bras.
It's the future,
just go
Tara.
braless.
Needs bras.
It's future.
And barely need to cover their privates with their underwear.
Yeah. So that was probably the sexiest thing.
And it's really, honestly, not that sexy. It just was like awkward more than anything. Like, why are those underwear so little and not even covering up her butt crack?
Yeah.
Barely covering her vagina. There were
wild.
Well,
especially when she's like getting into the spacesuit and she has to like put her leg up. I'm like, what is like? Yeah. Her vag is gonna fall out. Yeah. Like, Jesus.
I thought maybe that was the terror moment when she was trying to get in that, and but the thing was so unscary.
Well, that's the thing.
It just looks so stupid laying there. I'm like, why is it just laying there?
I'm like, what? She's like being so quiet. Like, what? It can't see her. Like, none of it made sense.
It was asleep. I think it was asleep.
Oh, it was sleeping?
Yeah. I think it was asleep. Or whatever it does. Whatever its version of sleeping is.
And then just like how she planned it and had open the doors up and had it sucked out.
That was really funny. Like clearly funny. Like a mannequin.
Yes. And then it like flies out.
It was like a toy. Like that was bad.
And then like the gun thing catches on the door, so it's just like hanging.
Yeah, and then it
so then she has to press it again.
The thruster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so dumb.
Very funny. Very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, her walking around right before that, it's like she doesn't really use the blowtorch on it, but it looks cool when she looks cool carrying it around.
Yeah.
Like that
but she had the freaking cat in her hands.
Fuck cat.
Like, why are you doing this?
People in these fucking. It's not like it was like her childhood cat.
No. And
even then, still sorry.
And the thing about it is, there was nothing that was like, oh my god, these people love this cat. This makes sense. It's like we would have forgotten about that cat, or
right.
Well, some of
just
us
use
would,
it as a jump scare thing.
Exactly. And it's like, how did cat get on here? Has this cat been on here the entire time?
Well, and the second one's like a little girl. Or maybe that's
God.
like an actual girl, little girl they find. I think it's the second one. Maybe it's the third. I think it's the second. What's the next category?
Hero. It's Ripley.
It is Ripley, sadly, but it should have been Parker. He had been the hero up until he died.
Yeah.
He was he saved Ripley from the robot.
Mm-hmm.
I think he hit him
He did.
I feel like he hit him with a rolled up magazine. The same one that he was trying to shove down Sigourney's face.
That was so what was that move? Weird.
What a strange move. Who came up with that? And then he'll roll up this workbok, this manual, and try to shove it in her mouth.
I was trying to figure out what he was doing. I was like, is he going to put something down it?
Like pour some grease down it or something. It was so weird.
Something to kill her. I don't know.
It was very strange.
And then he came in and he knocked his head off with the rolling pin or the
It was just the rolled up magazine thing.
Which is insane, because then he wasn't a very strong robot.
Or that was a strong magazine. Strong man.
It was a NASA magazine. We don't know what it was made of.
I don't know if NASA was involved with this at all.
The
villain. Ringing so much. Who's the villain?
It's the U.S. government, per usual.
Oh, yeah.
Per usual. They cared more about
some alien.
Determining the weapons of these aliens than keeping their citizens safe. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to find new ideas for weapons because it's all we care about as humans.
Mm-hmm.
So then my message is, don't trust the government.
True. True. I love it. That's good, Tara. I think you did a really good job with this one. For being just kind of here's the thing, it's not that good of a movie, but I think it was at least memorable enough for you to take stuff from it where it's like, oh, that was dumb. It's dumb. There's sometimes you watch stuff and it's like, man, I don't really know what to take from this. At least there was stuff going on.
All the deaths were pretty dumb except for the one guy and Jonesy.
Yeah,
Jones,
that's Tom the cat. Skerritt dies.
And no,
Dallas.
It's like, did he die even?
Yeah, I kept thinking he was going to show up. He had gotten out of there.
The way Ash died was cool because they first knocked his head off, realized he was a robot, brought him back, started asking him questions. Then the guy took the blower and
I guess the xenomorph dying was pretty funny. The alien getting, that was good. I liked that. So Tara, you got to rate this bad boy.
I forgot that part. Shit.
How? Every time. What's going on here?
How about I rate it tiny little panties that don't cover the butt crack.
I don't know what that rating means.
Exactly. I don't know what those underwears meant. I don't really understand
But I don't
the
understand
movie's
that rating.
point.
Why has that?
Because I didn't understand the movie's point. I was
Okay.
like, what is this? And why is this, like, none of it makes sense?
All right. I'll give it to you.
Or I can do like a 6-week cruise to the earth.
I thought maybe you'd rate it some sort of amount of shares of.
Amount of shares of what?
I don't know.
I'm going to rate it.
I just want to see how long our first recording was. It was 6 minutes. Okay. So we're at 44 minutes. What you already rated it poorly. It's fine. Whatever you rated is fine. Doesn't matter if you nail it. I just don't understand how we've literally rated every time. What do you mean you forgot?
I wrote rating down and I didn't put anything because I forgot to finish it because I couldn't think of anything. How about I rate it?
Now I'm bored, so we're done with it.
A mother. Also, they called this shit Mother. I hated that. And was like a character, but wasn't actually a character.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically a ripoff of the thing from Space 2001 Space Odyssey. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up my nude list.
I'm gonna rate it a alien 1 out of 10 alien eggs.
Tara, I've already moved on.
We're
done with Alien.
I don't know anything to rate it because nothing really stuck out to me. I'm gonna rate it a Sigourney Weaver.
Tara, it's rated. We're done. Get your nude list up.
I have a nude list. I got everything written out.
Cool. So,
but I hate my nude list.
Why,
I feel like you're not gonna like my nude list.
It doesn't matter what I like.
I feel like you're gonna say
it's always been the point. Your nude list probably is terrible. My nude list, I have 5 and 1 honorable mention.
I have an honorable mention that I feel like I shouldn't even bring it up because you'll see it when we talk about it.
So, guys, we're doing our top 3 plus movie nude scenes. I did movie nude scenes. Did you do movie nude scenes?
Yeah.
If I did TV shows, it would have been a lot harder, to be honest. There's a lot of good TV nudity. But this is my top 5 nude. These are our top 5 nude scenes in movie history. Here's what I'm going to say about mine. Some of them are fun and funny. Some of them, when I look back on them from when they happened, are inappropriate and probably wouldn't be in a movie today. But when it happened, I was a teen boy and I accept what they were.
That's what my honorable mention one is.
Okay.
Okay. You go first. Or I can.
My number 5 nude scene is Jim Carrey in both Ace Ventura movies. The scene where he takes the shower after he makes out with Einhorn / Finkel.
Who's a man.
And yeah, I know. You don't have to say it, Tara. You don't have to spoil it for people. Einhorn / Finkel. And the scene in Ace Ventura when nature, shut your mouth, when nature calls when he comes out of the rhino butt.
I remember when watching that. I was
laughing so hard.
I can remember that entire scene where he's like in the rhino when it's getting hot. So he starts like taking off clothes.
It's so funny. But just both of
and
those...
then at first his like fingers out of the butthole. Oh, yeah. It's having a baby.
Yeah. And he just like,
so good.
But yeah, both of those scenes, I want them both.
Yeah.
That's very my number 5.
That's an honorable mention of mine.
Oh, wow. Okay. What's your number 5?
My first one is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. When he has... she's like breaking up with them and he's in a towel and he drops his towel and shakes his little donger and it's just, you don't expect it to be in there. a wiener. And
It's a normal sized donger. No, you have to call it a little donger. He has like a normal. He
I
has like a
didn't mean
fine
little.
dong.
I didn't mean little.
You said little donger, and it's not a little donger. He is
No,
fine. He's doing a good job.
No, exactly. But I just a donger. It's a nice dong.
There you go.
It's a perfectly good sized dong.
There you go. All right.
And then it happens again when he's backstage with
Oh yeah, it does happen a second time.
Mila Kunis.
He comes in, his dong's out after his show.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do this one
So
now, even though it
okay.
should be higher, technically, because I dug it more. But it's just problematic after the fact. But it is the Shannon Elizabeth nude scene from American Pie. Listen, what they did is not okay. Not okay.
Yeah.
However, she is so fucking hot in that movie. Like, so hot in that movie. Like, I think it was like 1999 when that came out. I was like a freshman in high school. I didn't know a female could look that way. I was like, oh, that's delightful. She looked great.
She did look
She
good.
looked amazing.
I like your nudie magazines.
Stupid fucking accent. And then it's also a funny scene too because he jizzes, he
gosh.
prematures twice
Yes.
before being touched even. But no, she's so hot in that scene.
Yeah.
Number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me is
Oh my
God. Not another teen movie.
What part?
When he does the spoof of Varsity Blues and he comes out and he has like the whipped cream bikini on and he's like, do you want an ice cream sundae? And she's like, I don't like ice cream sundaes. He goes, well, you're in luck because it's a banana split. She goes, I don't like those either, and leaves. And then he walks out and he has a banana up his butt.
Yeah, I'll give that
It's
to
so
you because
good.
of the butt part.
It's so
It's not
good.
really nudity until you see his butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good scene. That is a good scene. I'll give you that one. My number 3 nude scene is the Buffalo Bill tuck back in Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh,
'Cause it's
that's a good one. It's
so
like
fucking
dance. Yeah.
weird.
It's so
It's
weird.
so strange. It's so weird. It's just so
It's
damn
just dancing with
crazy.
it tucked.
I just want to pull it up right. I'm not going to pull it up right now, but it's such a good scene. It's such a funny. It's like fun. Like when you watch it now, it's like kind of super funny because it's so bizarre. It's like, this is nuts. What's he say? Would you do me? I'd do me. Is that what he says? I can't remember what he says. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's my number 3. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is in Austin Powers when him and Elizabeth Hurley are naked, but they are never fully naked, but they have all these suggestive things like the
Sure.
fruit basket.
I honorable mentioned it for that reason exactly. That there was no real nudity in it. That's
But
my
I
only
loved
issue.
it.
Huh? I do
They're
love
like-
it.
they're new, but you never see everything
You never
because
see
they're.
you don't see a wiener, a nipple, or a butt. I'd say.
You see nipples
You
on
don't see-
him.
Well, that doesn't count.
Well,
You know that doesn't count.
they're
What the
naked.
fuck are we talking about here? Any shirtless scene now is a nude scene with a man in it?
I don't know. It was.
Change my whole list. It's already on your list. I'm just saying that's why I didn't make my list because I didn't find it to be nudity. I enjoy it.
Oh,
It's fun when she's like twisting her,
very
like
fun.
takes the bite of the sausage. It is a good scene. I'm not saying it's not a good scene. I would have liked it lower on your list or as honorable mention, but you got it pretty high for no nudity actually being in it.
it's so good though.
Your number 1 and 2 better have some actual nudity in them.
Does.
Huh? They
It
do?
does.
They do?
Yes.
Both?
Yes, both of them.
All right.
Both. Well,
You're
butt
lying.
nude and full
All right.
boob nude.
Get your butt nude out of here. Barely nudity. So these two are hard for me to decide between 2 and 1. My number 2 nude scene is you fucking say your number 3 again, Terry, but say what it is in like one sentence, just once. Like what is it?
What? It's Austin Powers when they're nude and then they keep doing things that make it
You can't.
look.
There's
You
no
can't ever.
concise. There's no
You
concise
can't
way
ever
for you to say
tell
that at
that
all.
they're
There's
nude
no
because
concise
they have
way for you to say anything else.
Austin Powers nudity scene.
So my 2 and 1 are like, they're just different. I just feel like, so my one's kind of going to be a cliche almost. Sadly, I don't want to say sadly, but it's kind of it's kind of iconic. But I'll say my number 2 nude scene ever in a movie is Titanic. Kate Winslet being drawn.
That's mine.
Your number 1?
No, that's my number 2.
Okay, so that's both of our number 2s. Yeah, it's my number 2 because she like, you kind of see her beginning of the movie, you're like, oh, who is this girl? Why is she even in this movie? And then by that time, you're in love with her, and she's like so dang. I mean, she's very sexy when she gets.
You just want her and Leo to just do it already.
I don't care about Leo. I just care about her getting drawn. I don't care. I don't want her and Leo to do it. I want to be there, the one drawing her. Leo, leave. What are we talking about? I'm not like, I hope these two get together. Not even for
Well, that's how guys and girls are different.
Guys go like, I wish that was my scenario. Not like, I hope those two fuck. That seems fucking stupid.
No.
That's dumb.
It's like you want the love to happen. You want them to get together.
Why would you want two strangers you never met to have
because
fuck?
you can tell that they have feelings for each other.
That's why women are so dumb and never find real love. Because they're fucking confused by what, like, instead of them going like, oh, I want what they have, I go, I want to be one of them. Get out of here. That's me now, me and you.
But they are already so good together.
They're not. They're barely anything at that point. They didn't even bang yet. They hadn't even banged yet.
But you can tell what's going on.
My number 1 nude scene of all time is the Phoebe Cates Fast Times at Ridgemont High pool scene. It's first of all sexy as hell. She's so hot in that. And then obviously it's funny because he gets caught jerking off, which is like awesome. Plus the car song is fucking great. It's like a perfect scene. I think it's a perfect movie scene. It's
very good. It was on my honorable mentions. I love it.
Nice.
It's too nudie for my list.
Too nude? Too much nipple?
Nude. Too much nipple.
Do you even have a nipple scene yet?
Yeah. Titanic.
What?
Titanic.
Huh? Oh,
Titanic.
Yeah. God, tasteful. Barely. What's your number 1?
My number 1 is Old School with Frank the Tank.
That's really your favorite nude scene of all time.
Yes.
Is him streaking.
We're going streaking.
I don't buy it.
I love it.
You like that less than the ones you just said.
I like it more.
Or more, I mean, than those.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
It's so funny. Snoop-a-loop.
He's not even
like
nude
falling
yet.
all over. Yes, he is.
He's nude. You don't see his nude butt.
And you see his butt when he's like falling all over. Was like they're all like,
oh yeah, that's right. I don't know. It's a good scene.
And it's like
it's
the build up to it is so good too.
I love it
because it's like, what's going to happen to this guy? He's going to get wild, and then all of a sudden,
you don't have like
he interrupts.
You don't have like a single nice dong scene at all. You couldn't sneak one in. You're like, oh, or like when you saw that guy's dong in that movie.
I told you, forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh yeah.
I like to
like a sexy dong, not like a comedy dong.
I don't see a lot of
dongs.
I don't feel like I see a lot of movies with comedy dongs in it.
Or non-comedy dongs.
Or non-comedy dongs.
Yeah, I can't really.
Because like
in Magic Mike, there's not dongs in it.
No, there's no dongs. If there were dongs,
there's not
trust
really
and believe.
Butts.
Not really.
Just some thongs.
But I will say, because I wanted to see the Austin Powers clip. I'm like, oh, so I looked it up and I clicked on something. It ended up being a porn site. I'm like, what the fuck? I just want to watch Austin Powers, and all of a sudden there's just a bunch of porn. I'm like, great. I probably got a virus or something.
Diddler dong. That's a great scene. That's a fun scene. It's on my honorable mention because it's a funny scene.
I don't remember it.
But I didn't want 3 of my 5 to be nude dudes, so I changed it up a little. You don't remember it?
No.
What? The very end of the movie, he pulls his dong out in the mirror and goes, "You're a superstar," or whatever the fuck, or "You're a star." It's the best. And he does a couple karate moves. I mean, Heather Graham in that movie. Some honorable mentions were Heather Graham in Boogie Nights. She looks great in that. A couple other honorable mentions. It's just the movie Heavy Metal, the cartoon rock movie that has like nudity in it, which is really fun. Diane Lane in Unfaithful looks great.
Yeah.
Just to name a few.
Okay, so my honorable mention, I feel like when I was a kid, this was my favorite. Now it's not because it will be bad because it's from Now and Then.
There's no nude. There's not a nude. There's no nudity.
They're nude.
But
they're skinny dipping.
That's not fair because there's sex scenes where technically they're nude. I wouldn't call them nude scenes.
Well, that was my childhood nude scene that I freaking loved.
I know.
I freaking loved it. I am a creep. I mean, I wouldn't be trying to pause it nowadays like I did back in the day.
Well, you were going to see little boy wieners back then.
That's all girls did with that. They tried to pause it as they like jump and flip and because it was Devin.
Devin Sawa.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, there's a million more nude scenes I could say I liked. And then there's a million in TV that are worth our time.
I mean, basically the whole show of True Blood was just like hot people getting nude.
Barely.
Barely?
There was a boob here or there.
There were boobs. Sookie's boobs were out 24/7.
Yeah, but those, I'm not into those. Euphoria's got better boobs. Game of Thrones, real good nude scenes, can't lie.
Oh, yeah.
Real good ones. Dicks, too. They were afraid to have a dick on Game of Thrones.
No.
So, HBO. If you want to see a dick, watch HBO. We did it, Tara. We did our favorite nude.
We did it. You hated mine.
Oh, well, I just feel like you don't understand nudity properly.
I know.
Well, what else you got for me?
Did you do your top 3 ways to measure something?
Oh my God, I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either until I listened to our pod today and went, oh, good thing I listened. I forgot about that.
You listened on the way home?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Maybe give me yours, and then I bet I could come up with 3 real quick after you're done.
Okay. Top 3 ways to measure something. I said number 3 by like football fields. That's 3 football fields. That's 4 football
that's good.
fields.
That's really good. I do like that.
And then the next one is like when little kids are like, I love you this much, and they just try to get as big as possible.
Yep.
And then my number 1 is doing a back-to-back.
Oh, yeah. That's a good way to measure something as a back-to-back.
Yeah. Back-to-back.
Yeah.
Who's taller?
Great. That's really good. I don't know my order of these, and maybe I'll figure it out at the end. But I'll say in the like I love you this much range, one of my favorite ways to measure something is to go up to it and do it, and then walk over, and then try to keep your fingers the same distance the whole walk.
Dad's actually really good at that.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. And then also I like just toe to toe, just with your steps. No matter what, it's like, hey, it's 28 feet. No matter who does it, we all do the same thing, even though we all have different size feet. You would do it and I do it. We both call it 28 feet.
Yeah.
So that's always good. And then I'd say my last one is I probably measure it in my new favorite thing is this. Here's it is. There's this guy that's like that does like he's like a body. I follow him on Instagram and he like lifts weights. He does like pretty heavy lifting, but he'll like show people doing crazy stuff like a tiny woman. First time I saw it, the first few things it was like him. It was like women lifting, like doing huge power cleans and shit, like behind their back, and then like within the split. It's wild. But if anything's over 300 pounds, he calls it a Lizzo plus. So measuring anything over 300 pounds, just being a Lizzo plus is my
God.
Wait a minute. It's just
a dick.
It's not it works. It works completely. He's a big guy himself, and he's like a Lizzo plus, and it's just really works. He's really funny. I think I'll send it to you.
Do it.
Because he's good. It's funny.
I love it.
That's my 3 things. 3 ways to do that.
Perfect.
Anything else? We don't have to go super long.
Do you want to know my driest moment?
Oh yeah. Give me that.
My driest moment is robot bartenders are happening at the All-Star game.
Oh, I heard about this.
And I'm like, they're coming for my job.
Oh, Tara, I don't know if you've seen AI lately. Everything's coming for our job. It's
Oh
about
my
we're all to be
gosh. Everyone's going to be Ash.
We're all
They're
about to be
coming for my
fucked.
job. So I guess, I mean, and that apparently they do small talk, which I'm like, who wants to talk to a robot? That's
Nobody.
weird.
Don't
Just like
honestly,
get your
just have the
shit.
beer wait. I shouldn't even have to be. It should just be sitting there waiting for me.
Yeah.
Couple birthdays today, July 15th birthdays. Ian Armitage, maybe you might know him better as Young Sheldon, is 16 years old. He got really awkward by 16. Pictures of him younger. Someone named, it says 6 Airly Human. So I think it's supposed to be like Barely Human, 23-year-old DJ, not loving their look. Cora Bennett, Tara, 12 years old, YouTube star. You're not a famous person. You're number 3 on my list, though. Why are you allowed to even be on YouTube?
Cora Bennett?
Cora Bennett. I'm skipping these people. I don't know who they are. Gabriel Iglesias, better known as Fluffy, is 48 years old.
Oh,
you could have
Fluffy.
told me he was 60. I would have been like, okay.
Isn't he the guy from
It's Fluffy.
Magic Mike?
It's Fluffy, Tara. You know who Fluffy is. Damian Lillard is 34 today. Dame time. It's 34. I like that.
Yeah.
Don't know these TikTokers. Don't know that pop singer, Instagram star, guitarist, Ray Toro. Don't know him. I could probably open it up and find out. Juju Watkins, I've heard of. Juju Watkins is a basketball player. That's good. I actually think Juju Watkins is very good at basketball.
Who does she play for? She's still in college, right?
Yeah, she was in the South Carolina, I think. She was, or the Trojans. She was like the young one that was really good. She was awesome.
Yeah.
Like National Player of the Year type of stuff. I don't think she won it, but she was awesome. And then after that, it's all TikTok stars. And Forrest Whitaker, 63.
Look out.
YouTube, TikTok. Stop. YouTube, TikTok. Soccer player I've never heard of. Brian Austin Green is 51. Speaking of,
R.I.P.
Shannon Doherty died yesterday or 2 years ago. Died of had breast cancer.
Yep. I think it was a couple days ago.
She was like, what, 52 or 53 years old?
53, and there was a couple other deaths. There was
a lot of deaths.
Simmons.
Richard Simmons.
And then you killed Shelley Duvall because you were talking about her, like she's still alive in our last pod.
Did I really?
She died.
Yeah,
you did.
Tara?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I killed her?
Yes, you did. You killed her.
Why were we talking about Shelley Duvall?
Because it was her birthday last week.
Oh, she just had her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And then died. Oh, no.
Yep.
I feel really bad about that one.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
Probably shouldn't say stuff like that.
Well, that's the first one we've done, I think, though, where we've really gotten them.
Yeah.
Anything else? Holidays or anything? They got anything from?
Yeah, today's National Dork Day, so I just wanted to know...
Like a whale dick?
What?
Like a whale's penis. National Dork Day. That's what a dork is. Where have you been?
No.
Tara, where have you been? Dork is a whale's penis.
No, it's not. It's like a dork.
A dork?
Dork. It's an incompetent, socially inept person.
It's a whale's penis, Tara.
They're all dressed
We've all known this since we were children.
I haven't.
Dictionary.com. The word dork can be referred to as certain phallic part. Why is it going to X? I'm going to dictionary.com.
I still have Shelley Duvall up from last week. Look out.
Really?
Yeah, and it doesn't even say her death date because I haven't re-upped it.
That's crazy that we talked about her last week.
I know.
Apparently it may not be true, but we're going to say it is true. It's just something that we always said as kids. Anyway, what was your question?
So it's National Be a Dork Day. So I wanted to know
my top
what
TV
you
dorks?
think. No, what you think the difference is between a dork, a nerd, and a geek.
I would say a dork. I feel like someone who's a dork can be just a dork for a moment. Like, oh, you're a dork. You're such a dork. Like, you can be cool, but then be almost being like you're dorky in the moment, sort of thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I know it's hard to use the word dork describe. But a dork is almost more like you're such a dork, where it's almost like you're being corny in the moment, I would say.
Okay.
And then a nerd, nerds are like nerds are people that I would say just aren't very cool at all. Just never cool. Right? Like you're a nerd. Nobody likes you. You don't have a lot of friends. You're a nerd.
Oh, God.
I'm just telling you what it is. You're asking.
I know.
I'm not calling anyone a nerd. And then a geek is like someone who's really into like science and stuff. Like super into like math, geeky stuff like that. Like school.
You geek
Where
out.
nerds can be like outcasty and like you could be a Disney nerd or a Star Wars nerd where you're like getting to something very specific. And you just aren't, your friends are like, so you're like 3 friends that are into the same thing and no one else thinks you're that cool. That's what I would say. That's that would, I guess, be what I think.
I like it.
Yeah. What are your top 3 favorite nerds or favorite dorks? It's hard. I don't even know who I'd consider a dork.
A dork.
Because I don't call someone like a dork. Like if I see someone being lame, like, oh, that person's not very cool. I would only call someone I know a dork. I'm like, God, you're a dork. Because they're doing something maybe in that moment that's embarrassing.
Sure.
So I think dorkliness is a moment where nerdiness is a lifestyle and geekiness is maybe a more productive
personality.
lifestyle. Oh, you're such a geek. Look at this
You're a
geek. He knows
geek.
shit.
You're a geek. You're smart.
Like a geek can still have friends, I feel like. Like, oh, you're cool. You're smart, but I like you. Nerds, no. I guess you learn I don't like nerds.
Drew hates nerds. He's just like an 80s bully.
Well, nerds rape women in the movie Revenge of the Nerds.
They do.
So, and they sexually ogle them and put cameras in their fucking.
They're creeps.
They're creeps. Nerds are
All
creeps.
right.
They become fucking They become fucking Mark Zuckerberg.
Ugh.
Fucking nerds.
All right. It's National Gummy Worm Day. I just
Hell
want to
yeah.
know your top 3 gummy candies.
I'm a big Dots fan. Probably my number 1. I love Dots. Gummy candies. I really like gummy. Man, these are hard, Terry. I like any sort of Sour Patch Kid is number 2. Any sort of Sour Patch Kid. And then number 3, I will say, is does a fruit snack count?
Sure.
I would say a fruit snack over I just like the texture of a fruit snack.
Would you say licorice is gummy?
Yeah, I do yeah, sometimes.
I
It
would
might be a
say
little
mine.
too hard. It might be a little too hard,
Okay, let's see.
in my opinion.
So I'm gonna do just gummy bears as
In
my
a
number
specific
3.
brand or any gummy bear.
Not all brands are created equal, but I really like the Albanese.
Albanese, yeah.
Then I love Nerds Clusters,
Yep.
and
I'll give
Sour
you
Patch
that.
Kids are my number 1.
Okay. Nice list.
All
Really
right.
nice list.
My only other thing was it's Dame's birthday, and I just want to know if you think that the Bucks can win with him next season.
I think they do win with him next season. That's my answer. I'm sticking to
Right.
it. NBA champs, Milwaukee Bucks. We have 1 email.
Who's it from?
Who do you think it's from?
Mommy.
The only person that is sending them weekly now. I hope Chris comes back. I know I feel bad about Chris. I want to redo you. I want to get you back because the email you got so fucked up.
And it was such a good one.
I know it was a good email. Hello, MELLONfights. Enjoyed last week pod. It's weird when Mom calls us MELLONfights. It's her mother. Drew, I think you should still do clips. People enjoy them. Don't care. I don't care what people enjoy.
I think
not
they
good
enjoy
for-
him too.
Doesn't matter. That's not good for my personal self.
Okay.
You guys want them? You can make them. Get comments often about them. I don't know the time and numbers game. If it's not worth it, it's not. Your call, but you two are funny. Doesn't matter. Tara, Chicago did not make you a better person, but you may have grown from experiences. I don't even know if she grew. Drew, when you talked about the 4th of July party and being one of the last people there, I thought, man, he's a chip off the old block, always the last to leave. Is that a good thing? I say yes. We like to be around people. Once we're out, we like to be out. Make sure to cover the Olympics in your sports segment. Include the more obscure ones too. What are the top 5 you were looking most forward to? We already said we both agree on gymnastics. I like track and field, specifically the women's 100.
Swimming always gives me anxiety, but I like it.
What does?
Swimming.
I like swimming.
Like the quick ones.
I guess the basketball. Yes, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I don't really care that much about the NBA basketball, the players playing in the Olympics. It's kind of boring, in my opinion. If Caitlin Clark wins our plays, I'll probably be into the women's one, and just to see how that goes. And
I kind of want to watch Giannis.
Yeah, I want to watch Giannis. That's right. I want to watch Greek basketball. Drew, happy to hear you take back your negative comment of gymnastics and more specifically Simone. That shit is amazing. Sean T didn't know he was bodybuilding. I'm sure he will get to number 1. He has to be one of the most positive people around. He was really sad that I saw he posted. I was really sad that Richard Simmons died.
Yeah, it was
He
his
was
guy.
one of his mentors. Good person for a mentor, and there's the word mentor. And for his classes, love him. Top 3 chocolate scenes. Number 3, Forrest Gump and his reference to the box of chocolates. Caddyshack, Baby Ruth, and Pool, and then Augustus Gloop falling in the chocolate river and Willy Wonka. I don't disagree with that at all.
It's a good one.
It's a good list. Chocolate combos, French fries dipped in chocolate malt. That is a good one. Chocolate and toffee. I agree. And Snickers and vanilla ice cream.
She does love her Snickers.
I just think Snickers get too hard in ice cream, so I don't like.
I do too.
I'd rather have like a Snickers ice cream bar, where it tastes like a Snickers, but doesn't have that hard nougat in it because that sucks.
I don't like a Snickers ice cream bar.
It seems like a golden nugget. Do you like golden nuggets?
Yeah.
You're stupid then. You're lying. My sister Julie would say number 1 is dunking Cheetos in vanilla ice cream with Hershey syrup. Weird. Top 3 things I loved as a kid I want to do more of now. Go to Burton Tavern and watch my dad play softball and run wild with my friends until all hours. Yeah, that sounds good. Run through the woods and pasture on cow paths at top speed and feel like you're flying with my sisters and brothers. Nice. Got some good small town memories going here. Sunday afternoon pukers. What's that? In the car with my friends, drinking beer, stopping at bars, listening to blaring music. I'd love to rethink the driving part, of course, I was going to say. And working on my favorite... Oh, and she's working on her favorite nude scenes. No, I don't mean personal ones. Have a Tuesday. Love you. Nice, Mom. Thank you for that one.
Mom.
Tara, do we got anything? We should probably have something planned for next week.
Yeah.
It's a busy week. Well, next week's my birthday.
Yeah.
So we can do something for that. 40. We can do something 40. Let's do our top 5 40s. Things that are 40. So top 5 40s. And then maybe, Tara, we both have to pick our 3 favorite lines from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay.
That's crazy to think that he was my age in that movie.
I know.
And he was a virgin. And he's a 40-year-old virgin.
There's so many lines that I say all the time. So.
Should we both maybe just watch it and talk about how much we love it? Now, I feel like that'd be pointless. Yeah, but maybe pick your 3 favorite lines from that movie or your 3 favorite scenes. How about that?
Perfect.
Because I don't know if we're going to have time to watch a movie this week, to be honest.
No, it's going to be a busy guy.
Busy week.
Busy week with the melons.
So top 5 40s. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want to do. Drew related for my birthday. Nothing off the top of my head. I think this works.
Okay.
We won't watch a movie this week. Hey Tara.
Hey Drew.
Stay dry.
Stay dry.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Oh wait, hold on. Hey guys, if you want to
What?
email us, it's MELLONfights, MELLON fights @gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok, MELLONfights. Follow us on Instagram, MELLONfights. Follow us on YouTube, MELLONfights. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. MELLONfights.
Melon fights.